3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Message us at 925-3261 on WhatsApp today and get active with Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
The Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. And Automotive Art Cayman, your car, our passion. And by Dorman Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures. Visit dormanday.ky.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local environment. This is where we address the topics that matter. Here's your host, Kathy Miller.
All right, good morning, Cayman. Welcome to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller. I hope everybody's on their way to work, having a nice, safe, beautiful drive on this beautiful Tuesday. It's the last day in September, and I can't believe the month has flown by so fast. And I'm sure my guests in studio would agree with me as well. So starting off The Buzz this morning, we are turning our attention to Tech Futures Week. It's scheduled for October 6th to 11th across various venues in Grand Cayman. And Tech Futures Week is a week-long initiative intended to shine a spotlight on the growing technology sector in the Cayman Islands. I'll be speaking with the key organizers here that are involved with Tech Futures Week to get behind the why, the how, and what it takes to build a stronger tech ecosystem in Cayman. So welcome to my guests. There's Caitlin Elphinstone. She's a Chief Marketing and Strategy Officer at Cayman Enterprise City. Ashima Edwards, Industry Partnership Analyst at Work, and Sachelle Ricketts, Labor Market Analyst at Work. Good morning, ladies. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
Good. Everybody's good.
Yes, good.
All bright and early, right before me too, if y'all can believe that. Just good to have you here. So before we go into the details about the Tech Futures Week, I'd like to know a little bit about your roles. I'm going to start with work. So Sachelle, if you'd like to explain to us, Labor Market Analyst.
Yes, Labor Market Analyst. So as you said before, I'm Sachelle Ricketts, the Labor Market Analyst in the Workforce Opportunities and Residency Cayman. I'm a part of the Labor Market Demand Unit. So basically what I do is analyze different reports, local and global trends, job posting reports from the ESO, just to analyze basically labor market trend and be able to forecast labor market needs and to help prepare in terms of workforce readiness.
Okay, now I might be tapping into you a little bit more in the future now that I know that you get all these reports.
Definitely.
Now I know who to reach out to. All right, Ashima.
For sure. Yes, I am the Industry Partnership Analyst at Work. I work very closely with Sachelle, and my main role is to bring private and public sector together for the betterment of Cayman and bridging that gap between education and employment.
And that gap is definitely looking to be bridged right now, especially with the new minister. All right, and Caitlin.
Yeah, so I'm Chief Marketing and Strategy Officer at Cayman Enterprise City. I'm also a board member of the nonprofit Enterprise Cayman. So we're working with Work this year to put together Tech Futures Week, but one of my goals and one of my kind of mandates is to really engage the community, make sure that knowledge sharing is happening, and that Caymanians and individuals living in Cayman are getting those experiences of these new and innovative careers that are coming to the Cayman Islands through the special economic zones.
Awesome, and that's what we're doing right here. We're trying to make people aware of what's going on with Tech Futures Week. So what inspired the creation of Tech Futures Week, and what are its core goals or mission?
Okay, I'll start because I came to CEC, basically went to have a meeting with Caitlin and Charlie in regards to see what we could do to get better insight. I think it was really my curiosity to know what was going on the ground in terms of the tech industry, and also to understand how we could best work together to see if we can not only get insight but also offer Caymanians some type of support and exposure to the tech industry. So that's what sparked it.
Yeah. So she came in with an idea, and I said, let's run with it. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I really like how it's evolved into kind of two parts. The first part is awareness, community building, and getting people together in a room, because we have such a great community already, kind of building on that. Yes. And then the second part is the research side of things, getting actual feedback from the people who are in our community from different sectors, and figuring out, where they need, where are their struggles, what can we do, how can we work together better in the future.
Yes.
Right?
Because there has been some reports, and I know Seychelle's going to agree with me here, about what our emerging industries are in Cayman. And tech is an industry here, but it's a bit of a niche industry.
Yes.
But it's growing, and we know in Cayman it's a really big industry that we're looking forward to a lot more jobs in tech. So how do we prepare our workforce for that, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why we're doing, I guess, Tech Futures Week, or one of the reasons. And I love it because I feel like this year, at least in 2025, I feel like we're focusing more on tech, definitely focusing on AI. And I know our listeners have heard a lot of conversations come out of that. I know Enterprise City has talked a lot about AI as well. So it's coming together. We're all of us in different organizations trying to bring that knowledge to Caymanians. So how does this event fit into the broader plans for technology, innovation, and workforce development in Cayman?
So I guess the broader plans is that we have a series of focus groups. Everyone that registers to an event has to answer a couple questions. We also have some surveys going out. So at the end, we're kind of collecting all of this data, and we're going to be analyzing it together with work, and publishing a report that will kind of help us to guide strategies moving forward.
Okay, so what's the whole format of Tech Futures Week?
Oh, wow. It's a absolute... there's a myriad of things, to be honest with you. We've got
list them out, Ashima. We want to hear them all.
Okay, right. So
maybe not all, but as much as you
can. We're kicking off with an open day, just for people to be able to come and ask questions, such as yourself, in terms of like their curiosity, in terms of tech. But we are hosting focus groups, we're hosting workshops, we're going to have talks in between. We have a more relaxed event, which is a happy hour networking event, which will all lead to the hackathon as well. So, which is actually the grand finale, which will basically be able to create a platform for young Caymanians, a lifestyle first platform, which will help young Caymanians be able to give them career guidance, basically, in a more tech ready way.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love the hackathon idea.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that at all, Caitlin?
Yeah, sure. So this is kind of Charlie's brainchild, along with the Computer Science Society. So they got together in a room and they're like, what could we do to create a useful tool for Caymanians who are looking for jobs? Because, it's that awareness thing. I want to go into accounting, or I want to be a lawyer, but kind of being able to have that data at their fingertips for the tech industry would be really good. So we're starting there. It could grow from there. But the idea is to get some creatives together in the room to build an application, either an app or a website. We don't know. We'll see what they design. So that young Caymanians can go on and type in this type of lifestyle they would like to achieve. And then it would kind of spit out the different types of career paths they could follow to achieve that.
Okay. So we have to be logical in the kind of lifestyle we're putting.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to get some ideas. I would like
a Ferrari. But it'll be honest for some of the students, right? So be able to kind of take a look at that and then figure out what pathways forward. So we're using a lot of data inputs into that application, and we have a lot of software developers from inside the special economic zone and outside the special economic zone coming in to support. So we'll be splitting up into teams. So even if you don't have the background in software development but want to learn and want to kind of get some hands-on experience, this is also a great tool for young adults to kind of have an experience, get a perspective of how you design something like this with so many different moving parts. Right?
How do you join the hackathon? Can anybody who goes to Tech Week join it, or do you have to put an extra interest?
Anyone can join. There are 2 prep sessions leading up to the hackathon. So if you're kind of new, want to learn some background skills on how to use some of the tools, those prep sessions would be really good to attend. And then it's free to enter, and everyone will be kind of assigned or decided into different teams, and the winning team will get $5,000.
Oh, awesome.
So there's a prize incentive as well.
How big can the teams be? Like, what's the max number?
It will depend on how many register.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha. That makes sense then.
So we'll make the teams fair in size.
Any teams of one? No. I'm just thinking about the prize money. Right?
I know.
No, I think that's pretty awesome. I love that
Yeah.
idea. And you don't have to have any tech skills whatsoever to join one of the teams for the hackathon.
Nope.
You could learn so much.
You could learn so much.
What an amazing experience. I'd like to build an app, so in that sense, it'd be kind of cool.
Maybe you can come along, right?
I'm
Join.
Okay. Well, you said app or website, so I guess you might have to let me know ahead of time.
I think it'll be up to the teams. We just need just need a platform, and the idea is it to be a really useful tool that everyone can use. So CEC can use, work can use. The high school teachers can use with their students. So we just want it to be something that's going to add value, make an impact. Yeah.
Can you guys shed some light on any of the workshops? What we can look forward to, what the workshops will be?
We have a LinkedIn optimization workshop.
Oh, yes.
I believe Connect Nova are joining us to host that.
Yep.
We have a PC restoration workshop as well, which is another opportunity for people to get involved, young people in particular, and learn tech skills and technical engineering skills. We also go ahead.
The National Security the Cayman Islands National Cybersecurity Alliance are also running a series of clinics on cybersecurity.
Okay,
and that's on the Friday afternoon. Which will be really good.
That's a part of the Tech Futures
That's
Forum
awesome.
that we're hosting down at UCCI, which will have loads of workshops also.
And for any parents that are dropping off their kids this morning, we really want to do a strong push for parents to come and get involved on the Wednesday evening during the PC restoration workshop. So you can have your kids kind of go to pull apart a PC and put it together again and have tons of fun. And then we have a workshop for parents, which is also a focus group where parents can give their feedback on, what do they think about their children's future careers and that type of landscape. And then we'll also have a clinic alongside that. Maybe you want to say a few more.
That's interesting. But before you do, I'm a little curious in that session for the parents and getting their feedback about what they think is going to happen for their kids. I like this idea, but what drove you to do this? Or is there a lot of, I guess, fear or parents not knowing?
Yes. So basically, where the technological space is going into is basically into different things outside of cybersecurity, AI, coding. So most times when persons hear tech, they are also thinking about coding and all of those things. But what we want to do is get an idea or an understanding of what parents think, what are the challenges they're having, what are the barriers how can they help their students, just basically put them in a space where we can hear from them, at the same time educate them in terms of their student or their kids' readiness in terms of future careers. So basically we're trying to not only put what we know on them, but also understand where they're at. So we're trying to meet them and to help them in the best way possible.
I love that because you're guiding the parents who may not have this knowledge and clearly the experience in this industry. You're guiding the parents so they can guide the children as best as possible. Yeah. I like that. That's a really nice little incentive. And the way Caitlin's smiling at me, like, yes, we were really thoughtful about this. You guys were, definitely. So the key partners and the sponsors and, let me not ask that question. You were going to talk about the clinic. You had mentioned a clinic. I swear you mentioned the clinic.
I think Sashel gelled that together because basically we were just saying that that specific focus group couples up as an awareness session as well.
Okay.
And then we have the clinic, which was more of a one-to-one approach in supporting parents and helping them be able to get a better awareness of what's available. Cybersecurity, if your child's safe while they're using the iPad or whatever device it may be. So,
And then we also have an idea drop zone as well. So that's a good
What is
initiative?
Elaborate on that, Seychelle. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Caitlin's
All right.
brainchild.
So we're throughout the entire Tech Futures Week, we're going to have essentially a booth set up where you can come and give us your ideas. QuickTime. We'll have a recording on our phone and we'll be taking notes, and this will all go back into the final report. So it's just a way, instead of like sitting at your computer and filling out a long survey or coming, spending a lot of time, it's just to get that really quick on the spot feedback.
Like real time.
As
well.
Yep. We'll have prompts and questions at the booths, and our team will be kind of leading that. So if you see a big pop-up banner that says Idea Drop Zone, swing on by.
Come on by.
Yeah. And
I like that
spend
too.
like 5 minutes or less with us and give us your ideas.
I like that because I often will forget. And if I have to come back and give my feedback about an event, oh man, I'm gonna forget certain things. So I like the feedback right there on the spot. I think that's a great idea.
Exactly.
We got to go to a commercial break right now. When we come back, we will continue our conversation on Tech Futures Week, taking place next week.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Captain Joseph James Anglin, 1899-1982.
Captain Joseph James Anglin was a sea captain who sailed to the Mosquito Keys, Nicaragua, Cuba, and Tampa, Florida. Married to Alvis Christina Chrissy Ebanks and the father of 12 children, he was a God-fearing Christian and a preacher in church. Known as a good neighbor, he helped to build a strong community.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Parents, if you're navigating the world of boarding schools, it can feel overwhelming. Dorm and Day are here to help. You don't have to do it alone. Whether your child is reaching for new academic challenges, looking to shine as a competitive athlete, or simply searching for the school that brings out their best, Dorm and Day are your trusted educational experts located right here in Georgetown. For 10 years, Dorm and Day have helped families just like yours to find the best fit schools with one-on-one support every step of the way. So why stress when you can have an experienced partner by your side? Visit dormandday.ky or call 936-3676 today. Dorm and Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market.
Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Cruise into summer with expert service from Automotive Art Cayman. More than a retail store, it's your one-stop auto care shop. We offer paint, detailing, accessories, wheels, Yamaha parts and products, batteries, tire repairs, tire changes, and more. Need top-tier shine and protection? Grab Gliptone detailing gear, Chevron synthetic oil, and Axiom car care kits. Get expert service with premium products all under one roof. Wherever you cruise, make your pit stop at Automotive Art first. Find us on Shedden Road and follow us at Auto Art KY on Instagram and Automotive Art Cayman on Facebook.
Circle of Love Women's Ministry fundraising gospel concert in West Bay, Saturday, October 4th, 6:30 p.m. Admission $10 at the West Bay Heritage Park, featuring the Red Bay Gospel Band, gospel recording artist Cranston Forbes, Live and Friends, Tanisha Morgan, and many, many more. All proceeds go to the Seniors Brunch 2025. It's a gospel event you don't want to miss. A gospel event you don't want to miss.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. We are talking about Tech Futures Week 2025. It's taking place next week throughout various venues in the Cayman, in Grand Cayman, I should be saying. And we learned a little bit about the different events that are going to be going on, the workshops, the clinics. We talked about the hackathon. There's a whole lot going on with Tech Futures Week, which I love. And I want to know about all the people who came together to make this happen. So you have your government departments, we have the private sector, we have other sponsors and support, people that are help doing the training. So let us know who's all a part of Tech Week.
Yeah. Hey, whoa, we're obviously doing a great job. But also UCCI has come on as a great partner to host a series of workshops and a focus group, and also the Tech Futures Forum, which is on Friday afternoon between 12 and 3. So we're really excited to be partnering with them and getting engaged with their students as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then we have a ton of individuals that are coming and volunteering their time to lead the focus groups. We've got Rich from Massive Media, Christina, we have Ruhains from Expertise,
Stephen
Dubois, thank you. So we have tons of volunteers, and there's going to be a huge group for the for the hackathon that are going to be volunteering their time. So a really good mix of private, public sector individuals that are coming together to just make it happen. And we're excited about it.
Yeah, very.
Okay, awesome. I love it. I think it's a great idea. And there's just so much to learn, and it's new. Like, to me, I'm just fascinated by it. It's a great event to have, I think. So one of the stated objectives in preparing Caymanians for jobs of tomorrow, that's one of the stated objectives, right? So how do we see the current tech skills gap here, and how will this week help to close it? And Sachelle, I'm hoping you can answer that.
Definitely. So basically, we're fully aware that there's a gap in terms of what it is that persons are leaving school with and what is it that businesses need or are demanding. So as we've stated before, we come up with this brilliant idea to just understand from different key players, from government, business leaders, parents, educators, bringing everybody to the table to have a conversation in terms of what it is, what are the needs of the labor market for Cayman. How can we prepare these Caymanians to take up these emerging jobs and to just facilitate conversations, and not just conversations, but ensure that whenever we have the conversations, we are moving from merging the conversations to actual report, so we can have valuable insights in an effort to possibly steer programs or initiatives or strategies to ensure that Caymans are fully ready to take up these opportunities when they come about.
Okay, I like it. So now we talked about what are the jobs that are going to be available. So that's my question to you. What are the future tech jobs and careers that Cayman should be preparing for right now, and then let's say 5 to 10 years down the line?
So basically where the world is going based on research that we've done is software development, engineering related, those AI, cybersecurity, because we know that that's an area that is very big right now. So basically businesses, we have different type of platforms, e-commerce, all of those platforms that we're currently using. So currently in the Cayman space, I would assume that we would want to help businesses to tie in those kind of space. And we're looking for expertise in these fields when we have the conversations for them to shed some more light as it relates to that. But in terms of where the world is going and if Cayman want to remain globally competitive, those are the things that we want to basically start to have conversations around.
Okay, and we definitely want to be globally competitive, that's for sure. So that's interesting because you'd mentioned the AI thing, and I think is it coding I thought was maybe going to be going away from AI. And that kind of was like, oh no, because I know Enterprise Cayman, you guys have focused a lot on coding groups and whatnot and training for coding, right?
Yeah, so it's evolving. So it's coding with AI.
Okay.
So
all right.
There's a lot of platforms, and I think during the hackathon, individuals will be learning how to leverage those platforms to write code without writing code with prompts, and kind of using those tools, with those AI's tools, to kind of come up with creative problem solving.
All right, so we're not letting AI kick us out in the coding industry. We're collaborating instead, right there. Okay, I like that. Okay, so you mentioned that there's some educational institutions participating, right, which is UCCI, and they do have tech programs that are going on right now, which I think is brilliant. And I know that's, again, looking forward to what our workforce is going to need. Love seeing that from UCCI. And I think that's, largely coming from Tamsin as well, Tamsin DZ.
For sure.
So got to shout her out. Probably my favorite tech person on the Cayman Islands. How else do you hope to get young people to participate? Because the intended audience is who exactly?
Well, it's everyone.
Okay.
And we did have a brainstorm session yesterday. And we're like, we need more young adults, 18 to 25. How do we do that? So we reached out to Cayman Connection in the UK to see if they might be able to host a focus group for the students that are abroad. And they've just emailed me this morning saying, yep, absolutely, let's do it. So
lovely.
We're excited. So we're kind of, whatever our team's kind of feeling, okay, there's a little gap here. We're not getting that group engaged. We're kind of problem solving as we go and figuring out, because it is the first year that we're doing this and putting it together. So it's been really fun kind of making it work and getting it done.
Yeah. How did you decide on the workshops and the training and the talks that you're going to have? How did you decide what to include for this year's Tech Futures Week?
To be honest, collaboration is definitely key there, and just basically scouring the landscape for what's available, basically, and tapping into that. So, and a lot of brainstorming between our team and Caitlin's team, bashing our heads together to basically see what we can muster up. But collaboration has been key through this whole journey. So, yeah.
Is there any hope that there could be maybe some possible policy initiatives or reforms that could come out of Tech Week that might, what's the word I want to say, kind of enhance our education system right now?
I think definitely the idea of what we're doing is to be able to gain insight, so we can then create reports that would then feed into strategies that then would influence incentives, initiatives, possibly reforms, possibly policies. We don't know where it's going, but just hang on and see.
But it's data to help feed that.
Absolutely.
Which is so important.
And I think that's key. I think data-driven decisions is, king in the whole situation here. So we're hopefully seeing that data should be able to influence
absolutely
the future.
We don't always go by our gut.
Absolutely.
Maybe a little bit, but we're going to rely on the data for
absolutely
sure.
Absolutely, definitely in 2025
How do you think you'll measure the success of Tech Futures Week?
So basically for Tech Week, we're hoping to have quality conversation with persons and the different stakeholders, key players in the market and the space that we're currently in. So what we are hoping to do is we'll measure success when when we are able to convert these conversations into valuable, actionable insights. And as my colleague said earlier, we're hoping that these will influence strategies, initiative programs that will help Caymanians prepare for the emerging jobs in the space that we're currently in. Okay. So we'll definitely be measuring success after everything is being displayed.
Gotcha. And I think as well that idea box that Caitlin had mentioned, that will help you as well.
For sure. And I think as well, this is the first year. And I think as we continue throughout the years, we'll then be able to measure our impact through gaining insight through data. So, yeah.
Any closing thoughts from anybody? We just want to remind people it's next week.
It's next week. Get involved. If you're a parent out there, please check out the Wednesday focus group and workshops for young adults. We'd love to have you participate. And if you're a young adult or a career changer looking for a change, the Tech Future Forums would be amazing to attend. And just generally, if you're part of the community and want to get involved, jump on the website enterprisecayman.ky and get in touch.
Okay, so if we go to enterprisecayman.ky,
there's a big pink button on the homepage that says Tech Futures Week.
Right.
Click on that and it'll take you to the whole program.
Perfect.
And you'll be able to RSVP to as many or all events if you like.
Okay, awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me this morning on The Buzz. It was great to have you. I hope it's a great event for you next week.
Yeah. Thanks.
And we'll see one in 2026.
Absolutely.
I'm putting it out there. It's going to happen. All right, ladies. We're going to go to the 8 a.m. news. And then right after the news, I'm talking with the Cayman Islands Center of Business Development about the Small Business Expo.
Thank you, Kathy. And studio time by Foster's is 8:01.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carson Lee Fuller. As the commissioner continues to tackle staffing issues, he has a solid plan to hire more staff for the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service by the end of the year.
If all goes as planned, I should have a total of 32 staff in before December 31st.
Kurt Walton says that includes 13 overseas officers who will go through extensive localization training.
And the plan really I have is 1 month in our training and development unit, where they will basically be going through all of the relevant laws in the Cayman Islands, all our processes, policies, our standards, and our policing style, which is caring, collaborative, and accountability. So they will go through all of that. They need to get officer safety training. They will have to go through records management training. So all of these various types of training, because they're police officers, but they need the local input, that induction type training, if I could put it that way.
In addition, there are several young Caymanians going through a recruitment process currently, with at least 24 who have been identified as successful so far.
If they are still on board, I will have in situ with the proposed 2026 budget allocation on our seats at our training and development unit by mid-January. That is where we're headed.
Commissioner Walton told MPs and Finance Committee attrition is a big problem for the service, which is currently short 26 constables across all shifts on Grand Cayman. As MPs approve $8 million in extra funding for major roadworks, part of that will go towards a glow-up for Eastern Avenue. Opposition Leader, the Honourable Joey Hugh.
Any plans to repave or repair Bodden Road and Eastern Avenue in particular
from Kirk Home Center to the Godfrey Nixon intersection. Those two are in desperate need and are considered, in my consideration, not district roads, but major infrastructure roads supporting the port.
Those two particular roads, Eastern Avenue and Bodden Road, is in the mix they're doing this year within this money that we are allocating.
Fielding Mr. Hughes' question in Finance Committee, Planning Minister the Honourable J.E. Banks told MPs the National Roads Authority is liaising now with the telecom companies, alerting them to the upcoming work.
And I asked them also to reach out to my best friends, the water company, to make sure that they are on board with us of going through and paving that section, those two sections of roads. So I can commit to him that, yes, they are on NRA's road works to get completed this year.
The $8 million supplemental funding request for major roadworks was greenlit in Finance Committee on Thursday. And the Central Planning Authority is meeting tomorrow. The first appearance for the day is a contested application for a restaurant and bar in Northside, east of Over the Edge. The Department of Environment says the application site is, quote, very narrow, and if the development were to adhere to the minimum setback requirements under local regulations, the site would be considered, quote, undevelopable. There are also public objectors who are citing concerns about noise as well as the suitability of a new restaurant in the area. The Planning Department has pointed out that the beach resort residential zone is actually a transition zone between hotel tourism and low-density residential. There's also an application for land clearing and excavation on Rum Point Drive in Northside. The DOE says drone imagery taken from July shows that the site has actually already been cleared and therefore is now of, quote, little ecological value. The CPA will determine if the applicant's reasons for clearing are, quote, sufficient to approve it. Back in 2009, the CPA approved a 61-lot subdivision in the area. Other applications include a pitch for 18 townhouses and a pool on Hurst Road in Savannah. And Cayman Shores Development has 2 Camana Bay applications for consideration, a mixed-use 10-story building with pool and a 5-story commercial building. The 10-story building will have 165 apartments, retail space, office space, and a restaurant, while the 5-story building is a proposed health and wellness center next to Health City Hospital. You can find the full agenda for tomorrow's public meeting online at planning.ky. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Danielle Yawowiecka. Qatar, which hosts Hamas's exiled leadership, says the group has promised to responsibly study President Trump's peace plan for Gaza. The Emirate says it's convening a meeting of the Islamists and other regional actors to discuss the proposal on Tuesday. BBC News.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
Sports. Stay up to date on your sports news with Radio Cayman Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. It's all about sports.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CICBD, where people come first.
It was a good morning. Let's take a look at what's happening with our weather situation. Current temperature is 85 degrees. Humidity is 82%. The barometric pressure is 29.90 inches and rising. The winds are calm. Overnight low temperature was 82 degrees. Synopsis indicate isolated afternoon showers are possible, along with light winds and smooth seas, as a weak pressure gradient over the northwest Caribbean is expected to linger for the next 24 hours. Radar imagery show isolated showers around the Cayman area moving towards the east. The National Hurricane Center continues to issue advisories on Hurricane Umberto and Tropical Storm Imelda. Information on these systems can be found at www.nhc.noaa.gov. The Cayman Islands National Weather Service will continue to monitor these systems, which pose no direct threat to the Cayman Islands. Now, the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for partly cloudy skies with cloudy spells and a 30% chance of afternoon showers. Temperatures will be in the low 90s with a heat index near 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Your winds will be southwest, backing to the west to northwest by this afternoon at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. Forecast for tonight calling for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers and temperatures falling near the low 80s. Winds will be west to northwest at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. High tide we're presently at a high tide, and the next low tide will be this morning at 10:24, high tide this evening at 5:52, and a low tide again tonight at 11:59. The sun will set this evening at 6:13 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:17. And the outlook is calling for light and variable winds and smooth seas through Friday morning. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
On Angie, how does it feel to have broken the bull riding world record?
Sore, Sean. That bull was angry.
Angie, I think that bull is headed towards your red convertible.
I broke the world record and he broke my car. Oh well, at least I've got CG Comprehensive Motor to cover this.
Get covered for collision, damage, and more. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brit-K, where people come first.
At 35 miles per hour, you have 3 seconds to react. At 50 miles per hour, just 1.5 seconds. That split second you save speeding could be the split second that saves a life. Most fatal crashes in Cayman involve speeding. Slow down, because arriving late is better than never arriving at all. Smart or reckless, your choice changes everything. Visit gov.ky/road safety.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.ky or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Hey, good morning. Let's take a look at what's happening on the roads. Coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, traffic is steady and continuing on to Huldah Avenue, as well as off of the Linford Pearson Highway and Agnes Way. Expect some delays as you head on down to your final destination. Further up on Shamrock Road, traffic is flowing at a moderate pace. Further down, a little different story. It's traffic steadier as you approach the Linford Pearson Highway, and steady but flowing traffic coming off of the Esterly Tibbetts Highway and continuing on to North Sound Road as well. Industrial Park area, moderate pace. As we look to the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moving at a moderate pace as well. Coming from the West Bay four-way stop, no issues there as traffic flowing nicely. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, traffic flowing pretty good. Now, if you've seen accidents or incidents, let us know by calling us at 949-6990. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic. Remember, be safe out there and click it or ticket.
Get ready for something sweet, spicy, and totally crave-worthy. The hot honey chicken sandwich is here, and it's bringing the heat. We've taken our tender, juicy chicken and drenched it in bold hot honey sauce for the perfect balance of sweetness and spice. But hurry, this one's only here for a limited time. Hot honey chicken. Try it today before it's gone. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning and welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller. And in this segment of the show, I'm going to be talking about the upcoming Small Business Expo. It takes place this Thursday, October 2nd at Hotel Indigo. And this year's theme is Our Island, Our Future, Cultivating Commerce. And here to tell us all about it from the Cayman Islands Center for Business Development is Deputy Director Antoline Williams and Asa Bailey, Business Advisor. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning. We're
morning.
good.
It's good to have you.
Thanks.
So I was at the Small Business Expo last year. It was absolutely amazing. I was super impressed by how many people were there, the exhibitors, the workshops, because I took part in a couple of workshops. And
nice.
I found it very, very informative. And I can tell you about my feedback on that a little bit later.
Okay.
But right now we're going to talk about this year's, right?
Yes.
So come up Thursday, a couple days away.
Yes.
Our theme. Tell us what inspired this theme.
So this year's theme, like you said, Our Island, Our Future, Cultivating Commerce. So the expo kind of emphasizes the Cayman Islands' long-term prosperity depends on intentionally growing and strengthening commerce in ways that are more sustainable, inclusive, and future-focused. So with that being said, we wanted to be able to support small business today by investing in the future resilience and competitiveness of these small businesses. Hence, Our Island, Our Future, Cultivating Commerce.
All right. Now, I know what the Center for Business Development does, but some people in Cayman, they might not know. Some people might be newer here and just listening to the show. So can you give us a little bit of background information on what the CICBD does?
Yes. So the center is there to assist small businesses, whether they're startups, whether they are existing, to kind of grow and scale their business, or if they're in the ideation phase, for us to kind of help them to develop that idea and make it into something that is go-to-market ready. So we offer a plateau of resources, whether that is business counseling and coaching. So we do have advisory services that are one-on-one. So our model is built on one-on-one meeting. So it's a very intimate setting. You get individual advice that is built out for you. With that, we also have strategic planning, business model planning and testing. We also do financial planning and management. And we also do business training, workshops, events. We have several cohort-based programs that we have. So we have our Idea to Impact, which is our newest program, which is aimed at helping small businesses, obviously, to, if they have an idea, how to take that to fruition. Then we have our signature program, which is our Business Growth Incubator program. And that is aimed at existing businesses that are looking to grow their business and they just need that little help to take them to the next level. And then we have Capital Quest, which is also a new program. So we know that oftentimes there's a gap that exists between being market ready, having a pitch that is also investor ready. So filling that gap to help them to refine that pitch so that they can speak to investors, whether that is through the bank or that is through equity investment. So we help them to refine that pitch idea and to take it to the next level. So there's several programs and there's several things that we do.
I think it's amazing. And of these programs, are they mostly free or is there small fees associated to them?
100% free.
That's insane.
Right? Everything we do is 100% free.
Asa even looked up almost to be like, wait, I really can't believe we do offer this for free.
Well, yes, it is free.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's hugely amazing.
It is.
It's having somebody hold your hand and guide you on how to build a business for
Exactly.
free. It's hard to get that insight from people in business as is.
Right. And
so
it's good that it's there and it exists. And we definitely want to encourage locals and Caymanians to come out and to avail of the services.
Yes. All right. So we're talking about this year's Expo.
Yes.
So as I said, it is this Thursday.
Yes, it is.
At Hotel Indigo. So now we know a little bit of background about the Cayman Islands Center for Business Development. And we do know that you put on the Small Business Expo. I don't know how many years it's been in a row now. I don't know if you can remind me.
I think it's like the fourth year. I think we started in 2022.
Okay.
So it's been building momentum. It's gotten bigger and better as the years have progressed. And this year we're introducing the Youth Pitch Panel, which we're really excited about.
So tell us about this.
Would you like
well,
to?
The Youth Pitch Panel, we try to be very inclusive in our planning. And so we recognize that the youth are our future. And so they have so many innovative and creative ideas, and we want them to know that they can actually make those ideas become reality. So we have solicited business ideas from them. We have gotten a lot of applications, and we have selected the top 5 that youth that will be pitching at the event. Some of them have combined like 2 persons together, and they are very eager and excited to bring their idea to make it something profitable. And so we would really love for those persons in the audience to support them and to see how they can incorporate technology and their brilliant young ideas into making something positive, some positive effect on the economy and the business as a whole.
For the Youth Pitch competition, how did you even promote this to the youth? How do they even know about this is something that they can aim for?
Well, we'd have targeted mainly the high schools,
okay,
right, between age 14 upwards. And there's also an incentive in it where top prize is $2,500.
I mean, that's
Second
pretty good
prize,
for high school students. I mean, it's pretty good for me right now.
Third prize, $1,000. So there's something in
Wait,
it
I missed second prize. I was
okay.
talking.
So it's $2,500, $1,500, and $1,000.
Okay,
right, so
great.
Third prize, that is.
Okay, and how many people can be in on that team, or does it really matter?
No.
Okay, well, majority of the finalists it would be 2, but
okay.
we also have just a single individual doing
okay.
the pitch.
Wow.
Right.
Can you, I guess, tease us with what any of the pitches might be?
No. You
we
have
want you
to
to come.
Okay,
You're
I gotcha. And that's definitely a part I'm going to be checking out.
Yes.
You know that I'm co-hosting that event with Lloyd Barker.
Yes, I do.
We know that. So now the listeners know that. So, and Lloyd is actually hosting that part of the event. So I can't wait.
So you get to watch.
Yeah, he's got a great connection with the youth period. He has a scholarship himself that he does for the youth. So he's super connected. So I love, and he's somebody that I strongly believe that younger people in the Cayman Islands look up to. He's a great leader, a great role model, and a great mentor.
Okay.
So it's great to have him
fit.
part of it. Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm excited to see what this is going to be like, because the children these days come with so many great ideas.
Yes, they do.
And they're being molded in that sense.
Yeah.
And the opportunity is there to take it. And why wouldn't you take it?
Exactly.
I love this idea, and that they're our future. So love it. Okay, so that's the youth pitch. Can you tell us about some of the other workshops that are going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so at the event, you can expect a diverse range of persons sharing. We have business persons from different sectors, and we've ensured that even our panel discussion, we have like persons who are experienced in representing various aspects of the business community.
Who's in our panel discussion? Which I will be also. I'll be moderating that panel.
You will be moderating that panel. So for our panel discussion, we have Hannah Hislop from Anna Hislop Home. We have Melissa Adderley from Women's Haven. We have Tedrick Green from Ted Green Fragrances. And we also have Tori Miller and Kemanera Cosmetics. So we have young, vibrant Caymanians that have started businesses with a passion, and we're looking to see it. Which brings us to the topic, cultivating your niche from passion to profit.
Yes,
right?
Because we all love what we're doing, but sometimes if we're not making a profit out of it, it's more of a hobby than a business.
Exactly.
Anything else. So how do we turn what we love into more than just a hobby, but it's a business for us as well?
Exactly.
You can make a little bit from it.
In addition to that, we're going to have a presentation on succession planning with Sheena Thompson from the Portfolio of Civil Service. They'll also have marketing strategies that scale by Ben Lipwich from Cayman Islands Marketing Professionals Association.
That's simple. That he's our chair of the board. I'm the vice chair.
Right.
He's also senior marketing manager at DART. And Ben's got a great mind. I think he's going to be a great person to lead that marketing session for sure.
Awesome, and we're not done there. We're going to have Procuring Government Contract Workshop by Victor Crumley from the Central Procurement Office.
Mm-hmm.
So there is something in it for everyone who comes and joins in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go.
I was going to say last, but definitely not least, protecting credibility and access to capital in uncertain times. So that's being done by the CEO of the Development Bank, Tracy Ebanks.
Okay.
So
with these different topics, now I know I could pull it up online as well and look, but for example, the procurement talk that Victor Crumley is doing, and he was on the buzz with us last week as well.
Awesome.
We're going to be doing a procurement series, which is going to be cool. But so I love the fact that there's going to be a procurement talk, but because I think a lot of people are just unaware and misinformed.
Yeah, and small businesses often don't realize that they could bid on some of the procurement that the government has. So just having them more informed, a lot of them tend to be intimidated by the application process, but I think it's just a matter of educating the public on what the steps are and how to do it. So I do love the idea of this procurement series, especially when it comes to SMEs, and we're doing our part. This is our second procurement series, our workshop, I should say, that we've had. We've had one before, and it was well attended and persons learned a lot. So the SMEs are definitely gaining the knowledge that they need in order to be able to move forward.
Okay, I like that. Now, so there's that. That's what the procurement workshop is on. And the one, I think that you mentioned that Tracy is hosting from the Development Bank. Could you elaborate on that workshop a little bit more?
So I just from the topic, protecting credibility and access to capital in uncertain times. Obviously, when you're looking at protecting your credibility, and I don't know how Tracy is going to take this and where she's going to go with it. So I definitely hope I'm on the right track here, right?
I gotcha.
But you want to ensure that sometimes business owners, especially small business owners, they often kind of combine their personal with their business, and then their credibility as to what is what. When they do go to the bank, it's all muddled into one, and it's very hard to separate and to see the business as an entity and the individual as an entity. So I'm sure that some of that will come into play in that discussion. And then obviously accessing capital in uncertain times. We know that times are pretty difficult right now. It is harder to get credit. So what can you do to ensure that you can avail of credit that is available? So I'm sure they're going to give them tips and information on what should be done and shouldn't be done, so that when they do go to access that credit, it is easier for them to get approval.
And that is very interesting to me, because I would love, probably have to sit on her Tracy's workshop right there. How much hosting I'll be doing now on Thursday, but I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, I know.
Teasing you. But it is interesting because, take it, compare it to America, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about credit in America, it's very different. And we
Yes.
don't have a credit rating system in Cayman like that. But there's other kind of ways to measure your responsibility, your fiscal kind of responsibility, right?
Yeah.
So and I don't really know what those ways are in Cayman per se. So I like this idea.
Yeah.
I think it'll be super beneficial.
I think so.
And I guess we'll have to see. I'll have to kind of pop in on Tracy's workshop there.
Yeah.
And that's the last workshop of the day, I think.
No, that's actually the first workshop.
Oh, the first
of the
one.
day.
My bad. Okay.
So that's at 11 to 12.
Okay.
So if we go through the order, the youth pitch is 10 to 11.
Okay.
So we definitely want to appeal to the general public to come out and to support the youth. They do have to go back to school because they are kids.
Students.
They are students with amazing minds that are trying to develop businesses, and we're giving them that opportunity to do that. But then at the same time, they still have responsibilities to go back to school. So they'll go back to school with a lovely story and possibly $2,500. So that should
You
be
were my
good.
child. You get the day off. You won that thing. Don't worry about it. But I'm not a parent, so I can easily say that.
But yeah. And then we have the panel discussion, which is 12 to 1. So that should be very exciting. We have from 1 to 2, the succession planning. And then 2 to 3, the marketing strategy, and then 3 to 4, the procurement workshop. So there's something to do every hour on the hour. So no matter what time you come to the expo, you will have something to do in addition to visiting all the exhibits that are there.
Right. So let's turn to that, the exhibitors.
Yes.
How many exhibitors are we looking at this year?
Okay, we have over 20 exhibitors, 30.
Yeah.
Right. So they are represented from various various industries. So you have from the creative industries, you have from the real estate, you have the small business, you have the technological and innovation section of things. There is also businesses with sustainable products and services. Right. So we have health and wellness, local food. So you name it, the representatives, the booth holders, they all reflect our vision of what the theme is, our island, our future cultivating commerce. So everybody comes together. We show that they have a significant contribution to make to the economy. And this trickles from the small business up to the big businesses. So we ensure that, there are unique products and there are high quality services that are represented by at this expo.
Yes, and it's not just, I know a lot of people like to go and just get the freebies and whatnot, and you can do that, but it's a lot more than that.
Yes.
So you're getting a piece of the business that you're going to understand what this business is all about, number one, but there's that networking aspect of it.
Exactly.
That time you really get to speak with those business owners or reps to ask your questions or, your interests or your concerns even about things. So
Right. So it will be a space where there'll be knowledge available, valuable knowledge will be shared. There will be networking sessions, there will be brand visibility, and persons can get to participate in what drives the economy, the youth inclusion. So there's opportunity to even be in the same space with the policy makers, the private sector partners. So those persons, you can actually bounce your business ideas with other business persons. So we have small businesses, big businesses, medium size. So in that space, everyone has a contribution and everyone can benefit. So it will be very most fulfilling.
Absolutely. We're going to go to a commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll get into even more details about the Small Business Expo, which takes place this Thursday, October 2nd, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Hotel Indigo.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
As a parent, I know I would do anything to protect my child against cancer. As a Minister of Health, I know that the HPV vaccine is the best protection available against HPV-related cancers. The vaccine is safe and is being offered free of cost for 9 to 25-year-olds across all 3 of our islands. For more information, contact the Public Health Department on 244-2648 or 244-2889.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I am your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking about the Small Business Expo put on by the Cayman Islands Center for Business Development. It takes place this Thursday, October 2nd, 9 to 5 p.m. at Hotel Indigo. And in studio, I have Anteline Williams. She's the Deputy Director of the Cayman Islands Center for Business Development, and Asa Bailey, Business Advisor at the CICBD. Now, we pretty much went over a lot of the workshops, details about the workshops, the youth pitch competition. We touched on the panel a bit, and I do want to say that I'm really excited about the panel because Tedrick Green. Sometimes I don't know if he wants to go by Ted or Tedrick. I'm like, is it like you have your brand name and then you have like your name that I know you as my brethren kind of thing, right?
Right.
So, yes, Ted. I'm just going to call you Ted. He started his business really young, like really, really young. And I forget the entirety of the story, but I want to say around 16, maybe even younger than that.
Really?
Yeah, he started really, really young.
His story.
And again, I could have it wrong, so he might be like, no, you're but it was really, really, really young. Okay. He started quite young. So it's pretty amazing with that to see how far he's gotten. And he had a great career in the financial industry.
Right.
An amazing career. I was like, does he have a private jet? Because this man is everywhere around the world. I couldn't believe it. And he left what many would consider a very lucrative and amazing career, like your life is set, to follow his passion with Ted Green Fragrances.
Right.
And that's what he's doing full time now.
Yeah.
So he absolutely fully pursues creating perfumes for us. And not just perfumes, there's candles, there's that word. Thank you. I was like, that word, I can't remember the stuff that goes in the air. Yes. So he's made his product line a little bit more diverse. So he's expanding. And I just love to see that where he is at his point in his life, it's such an inspirational kind of story.
Yeah.
Because he went behind his passion. He built his passion for years, had a business, still had a very lucrative career, and now he's pivoted at this time in his life to say, no, I'm coming out of that very lucrative career and I'm focusing 100% on Ted Green Fragrances. So I'm very excited to speak, with him. I've had him on the show before here on The Buzz.
Awesome.
Melissa Adderley,
yes,
right? Yeah. Women's Haven.
Yes.
She blows me away. I haven't spoken to her yet, so I'm very excited to speak to her. And is it Torre Miller?
Yes.
Caymanera Cosmetics?
Yes.
I can't wait to speak to her, and I'm gonna test her to see if she knows I'm wearing her
lip gloss.
Her lip gloss on Thursday.
She might
yeah,
know now.
She might know. Yeah, we don't know, but I'm proud of what she's doing too.
Me too.
And Anna Hislop as well. That's absolutely great designer right there. So to me, this represents different sectors, different kind of industries that you can go into, and a little unusual. Not your more
traditional ones. Right?
Yeah, not your more traditional businesses to pursue.
Yeah, they're forging their own path.
Very
so
much.
To speak. And that's what I love about them. And I think that's very inspiring for persons that are looking to start a business, that you don't have to just do retail and buy and sell, which is something I did for 10 years. So I'm definitely not knocking it. But it's the fact that you could design fragrances, or you could do lip glosses, or you could create feminine products. Like, who would have thought? Or you could take your design and your passion and turn that into a business. So I love that it's giving not only the youth the opportunity to see that whatever they dream they could bring to fruition, but also adults to say that whatever your passion is, you could turn it into profit.
Absolutely.
And I'm really waiting to hear their stories, their struggles, their successes. For those persons who haven't explored entrepreneurship, they would know, but it's not easy going into entrepreneurship, right? So, and for those persons who are considering it, this is the opportunity for them to come and hear what struggles, what thought process these persons had, at inception, how they interacted with, where they got help, and so on. So these persons are experts in their areas now, and they are going to be providing practical knowledge to the audience. And so those persons, it will be a rich experience to come and hear and to even copy, not necessarily to copy the same business idea, but to do something with your own passion and with your own talent and inspiration.
Yeah, you might pick up on their strategy and say, I can adapt this exact strategy into what I'm doing here.
Indeed.
And as you both touched on, it's so important to share your stories, especially as an entrepreneur.
Yep.
because we often see the surface side of everything, where everything looks glossy and perfect and there's no problems here, but that's not really the reality of running a business.
It's not.
And sometimes you don't know how somebody is feeling or what they're going through until you share. And so then you learn as a business person, you're not alone in this. There's other people going, you might get some insight, forge relationships, and then you never know what kind of opportunities come out of that. So
exactly.
I'm very much looking forward to the panel discussion as well. And we do have some featured speakers as well.
We do.
I think a keynote speaker.
We do have our keynote speaker, which is the Honorable Wayne Panton. So we're definitely looking forward to what he will be saying. And he will be not really opening the event, but it will be early. So his keynote address will be at 9:25. So definitely come out for the opening. We'll have our welcome remarks, the official address from our director, and then our gold sponsor remarks, which is Compass Media. And then we'll move into the ribbon cutting and the official walkthrough. And then the expo officially opens at 10. So we do invite persons to come down from 9 a.m. and kind of just enjoy the ceremony as we have it set out and, listen to. I'm definitely looking forward to what the keynote address from the Honorable Wayne Panton, what that will be. I'm sure that it will be an amazing address.
I think so. And he's a very good businessman as well.
Yes.
And he's very much about innovation. So I'd be very interested to see what Mr. Wayne Panton has to say. Absolutely. And I had, I think, one interview with him here before, and just how he broke certain things down to me was super insightful. So I know that the audience will absolutely gain some knowledge from him. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that is pretty much the run of the show so far.
Yes.
And you did give a mention about their support. So there's a lot of sponsors out there.
They are.
The Center for Business Development does not do this on their own, in a sense. It takes a lot of effort to make this happen.
Right. For it to be come to fruition, we have Compass Media, right, our main sponsor, CIDB, Ministry of Youth, Sports Culture and Heritage, Cayman National Bank,
CIBC, Enterprise Cayman, and the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism.
Yes.
So we have a wide cross section of sponsors, and we definitely want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, because without them, we wouldn't be able to bring this event to fruition.
Do you ever get feedback from your sponsors, or is there anything in particular about this event that they love and they say, we absolutely want to be 100% behind this?
We have had repeat sponsors. I think that's a good thing.
That's absolutely a good thing.
That's absolutely a good thing.
Relationship marketing.
Relationship. So they've been with us for quite some time. I think there's a lot of lead generation, because we do get upwards of I think 600 to 700 persons just flowing throughout the day from 9 a.m. all the way to 4. So they do have an opportunity to meet with the public, to have that more intimate conversation outside of the office, so to speak, where persons can ask the questions that they want to ask and get the answers that they need. So from the sponsor's standpoint, I think it's been very fulfilling from that standpoint, lead generation, and just being able to have those intimate conversations with individuals.
Yeah, awesome.
And I think the sponsors, they see the value in this expo that we're putting on. I think they share the vision, our island, our future, cultivating commerce. So they want to help in building resilient and prosperous businesses in Cayman Islands. And so they want to support local talent. We see that they recognize that entrepreneurship will contribute to the island's economic future. And so they want to work together with the CICBD to nurture innovation, sustainability, and growth in the local business community. And this will ensure a thriving economy for the future of the island.
Yeah, I love what the Small Business Expo does. I've said it. I'm going to always say it. Yeah. I see its impact in the economy for sure. But when it comes from success stories from any past expos, from past exhibitors or panelists or speakers, the workshop trainers, can you share any past success stories?
So I think one popped into mind last year at Hotel Indigo. And it's interesting because I'm going to find out at this one, whether or not it came to fruition. But they did reach out to one of the exhibitors because they liked their products, their services, they liked the packaging, and they were interested in carrying that line at the hotel. Not sure if it came to fruition or not, but it was definitely an opportunity for them to see what the local market has to offer. I do know that from the workshop standpoint, we have had amazing feedback on the workshop. Persons they don't like that they're not able to attend all workshops. They're like, I want to be here all day, but they're at work and they're just popping in for a lunch hour, and then they overstayed because the workshop was amazing, so they kind of stayed for the other one. So we have had very good feedback on the topics and the presenters. What else? I think overall, in general, just the small businesses, I know a lot of them, it's their first time, some are repeat, and they do gain a lot of traction and they build a lot of leads because it's also leading into the Christmas season, right?
Yes.
So it's a great opportunity for persons in the local economy to come out and meet and talk to the small business owners and kind of get to understand what's behind it. Oftentimes you get to kind of delve deeper into what the passion is behind what is being done. And you're amazed at how these persons started, how they're going, and what built the company and how and why and all these things that they get to experience that they wouldn't experience if they're just making a purchase.
Right.
And for those small businesses that had applied and didn't get a chance to display their booth, I still think they should come and just to observe, to see how the other businesses actually establish their brand visibility.
I'm
and
sure
those persons with their ideas still come and hear how other persons pitch, or the youth pitch, or the other business person's pitch, and then they will be able in a better position to apply next year to be even considered to establish a booth at the next Expo.
Listen, just as a participant, it's beneficial for you just to be there, because sitting in and listening to the panel discussion last year, I made a business deal right there with somebody else. So I was like, okay.
So that's a success story.
For me, yes. But I wasn't an exhibitor. I was more specific about the people that are part of that expo.
But guess what?
But it is.
It's not just the exhibitors. It's attendees as well, because it's an opportunity to network. So don't forget, we also have the business support organizations there. We have the DCI. We have CICBD. So in addition to meeting the small businesses, you also get to meet all the support organizations that will facilitate you with getting your business up and running or just continuing your business.
Yes. And the story you shared about a local business, and I'm assuming they have kind of like a cosmetic brand, like a skincare or something brand, because a hotel was looking at their products and saying, I'm assuming, I don't know, I could be wrong, right? You don't have to give that part away.
Right.
But that made the hairs on my arms rise up. I got goosebumps, because what an incredible opportunity. Could you imagine, you're at the Small Business Expo, you're a small local business, and you have a small product line, right? Small considered, in a global scale of things, right? And then a hotel comes along and tries out your products and whatnot, maybe takes some samples, maybe buys a couple, and they reach out and say, you know what, we'd like to carry your product in our hotel. What if that was a hotel that was like a Kimpton or a Ritz or a chain, per se, around the world? To me, that is such huge opportunity. And the eyes that are on your product internationally, huge. That blows me away. That's a huge success story. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's so amazing.
I do too. And it gives us also the opportunity to work with the small businesses to be able to scale to that level of production, right?
Yes.
Because we know that once they start having eyes on them, they have to be able to meet that demand and what comes with meeting that demand. And that's also where CICBD, we're able to assist. But also I just remember there's this other success stories where you have small businesses, and oftentimes we're looking at corporate baskets, or you have big corporations that are looking to gift, and they go around and they pull little, so they may get lip gloss from there, and they may get a candle from there, and they may get a pepper sauce over there. And it's all local products. And then they come together and they create these amazing gift baskets that they either give to their clients or to staff. So it's also an opportunity for the small businesses to be able to make those type of connections that they wouldn't be able to make. So that's also a success in and of itself.
Angeline, you're very right about that, because in another role that I have as vice chair on the Marketing Association, I did exactly that. I was like, we have a conference coming up. We want to give away little goodies in the gift bags. And what can we find here that is a locally made item that's small enough and affordable enough for us to be able to like bulk purchase? And that's exactly what we did. I just sourced a couple things and brought it back to the board and said, boom. So you never know the opportunities that are there.
Know. There's so many opportunities that exist, and I'm sure I could go on and on. But we do have a time limit.
I'll give you a break because we got to go to. I'm a little late for a commercial break right now, so I'll give us a little break.
Summer's heating up and the water's calling. From cruising the coast in your boat to riding Yamaha Wave Runners, Automotive Art Cayman will get you ready. We offer expert servicing by Yamaha certified staff, as well as engine repairs, performance upgrades, engine and electrical installation, and more. Need it tuned, cleaned, repaired, or race ready? We'll keep you running smooth, whether you're riding waves or racing them. Trust Automotive Art for expert service and upgrades. Find us on Shedden Road and follow us at Auto RKY on Instagram and Automotive Art Cayman on Facebook.
Parents, if you're navigating the world of boarding schools, it can feel overwhelming. Dorm and Day are here to help. You don't have to do it alone. Whether your child is reaching for new academic challenges, looking to shine as a competitive athlete, or simply searching for the school that brings out their best, Dorm and Day are your trusted educational experts located right here in Georgetown. For 10 years, Dorm and Day have helped families just like yours to find the best fit schools with one-on-one support every step of the way. So why stress when you can have an experienced partner by your side? Visit dormandday.ky or call 936-3676 today. Dorm and Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures.
The soundtrack to your best memories lives on. Breeze 105.3 FM. From the golden hits of the 70s and 80s. I love you so. To the songs that still move you today. It's the music you know. The music you love. Uplifting mornings. Good afternoon. And good vibes all day long. All my years, I guess I shared it. Don't just listen to the radio. Feel the breeze. Breeze 105.3 FM. Your station. Your music. Your memories.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking about the Small Business Expo. It is taking place this Thursday, October 2nd at Hotel Indigo from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. under the theme, Our Island, Our Future, Cultivating Commerce. And in studio with me, I have from the Cayman Islands Center for Business Development, we have Deputy Director Angeline Williams and Asa Bailey, Business Advisor. Now, this event, it is free for the public, right?
It is 100% free.
And you said around 600 to 700 people could just be throughout the day coming in. It was packed when I was there the entire day. So I think you're being modest in those numbers. But in saying that, so is there a registration process? Like, how are you tracking people per se?
Yes, so you can register online. So you can go to our website, which is www.cicbd.gov.ky. and register to attend the event. It does help us to keep track of the numbers. However, if you're unable to register, that's fine. Still come down to the Hotel Indigo and we could register you on the day of the event.
Okay.
So
you will not be turned away. If
you will
didn't
not
register.
be turned away, no.
Okay. And I'm curious, compared to, so I was there last year and I can tell you about some of my favorite moments. But from, the years prior, leading up to this year, there's always things that we learn to improve, right? What would you say have been kind of the biggest learning lessons in putting this expo together that you're like, okay, come next year, this is what we're going to do to make it even better?
One, I think, is adding new and innovative things. So this year with the youth pitch, that was one of the things, because in previous years we invited the schools and then we had a youth panel discussion. And the youth, they have gotten more and more interested in entrepreneurship. We do have an entrepreneurship club at the Clifton Hunter School that we do sponsor. And
awesome.
Right? Just like, let me just throw that out there.
Yeah, I love that.
We're also looking to launch in the other schools, but every year we invite the schools. And as entrepreneurship becomes more and more popular and persons are delving into it more and more, we know we have influencers and all these things, and the youth have different ways of making money now. We decided to add the youth pinch competition. So that was one way of improving on by being able to add more so that the youth had more to experience once they came to the expo. In addition to that, even logistics. So as we grew, we outgrew our previous space and we moved to Hotel Indigo. So there were some logistical problems just space-wise as we got bigger to accommodate more exhibitors. And even with that, we got a bigger space and we still have an influx of exhibitors that we're unable to accommodate everyone.
Wow.
Right? So as we continue to grow, I think we may eventually outgrow these spaces as well, but it's looking to solidify what we have before moving on. So those are some of the things that we have learned. Remain innovative and solidify what you have before you scale.
Okay, awesome.
And we have, in addition to that, we have seen a growth in the diversity of the businesses that have shown interest in this expo. They recognize that they play a very integral role in economic development. And so the passion with which they put forward their proposal to share with us and so on, it really tells that, there is a lot of room for innovation and social development. And it's only time will tell to see how it augurs for this economy.
Now, I don't know if you guys will be able to remember, and I can't rely on my memory whatsoever, but according to my memory, last year may have been workshops happening at the same time. I could be wrong.
Yes,
okay.
You are correct.
All
so
right.
we did. That is something. I'm glad that you brought that up.
Because I felt like there was a moment
Yes.
I was like, but I want to go to both.
Yes. So this year we separated it and we made sure that nothing was running concurrently at the same time. So it's now every hour on the hour. We have the panel discussion on the main stage and we have the room to the side for the workshop. So if you want to attend everything, you're now able to do so. That was definitely one of the feedbacks that we got. And we changed that for this year. So yes, you are correct.
There was one of my favorite workshops that I went to was, and I hope I don't get the company name wrong. Maybe it's just a name that I have in my mind or it's similar to, and you can likely correct me if you remember.
If I remember.
It was kind of like, they might have been talking about Cayman Gateway, which is like an online payment portal.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's his company or if he has a different one that's similar to that. But it was basically about an online payment portal system, which so many businesses here have trouble with.
Yes.
It's an issue. It's an issue with the banks. It's an issue, and it can be a really big barrier. Some people just give up at that barrier. And I found that workshop was really helpful. So if you're looking to, make money online, and you're facing all sorts of barriers, this was a great one. But again, I might have the company name wrong, but that was one of my favorite experiences, I think. That workshop was very helpful for me in also just being able to speak with my friends and say, this is the option, this is how we should go, and that kind of thing. So I liked that a lot.
Kathy, I say whichever workshop that is more appealing to you, ensure that you do not miss that one.
I can't miss any of them. They're not at the same time now.
Right. Whether it be succession planning or marketing strategies or procurement or accessing capital, ensure that you come and get that part, even though we'd have wanted you to come and enjoy the full day.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's awesome. You have great workshops. Yes. And with the workshops that you have taken, the topics that you are presenting this year, did that come from feedback, or was that just going along with the theme and saying this is
So it's a little bit
aligns?
Of both.
Okay.
It's feedback as well as the theme. So obviously with our island, our future cultivating commerce, you want to hit HR, you want to hit procurement, you also want to hit marketing,
succession
planning, right? But in addition to that, these are also things that we have found out in our feedback and doing surveys that persons are also interested in. So it tied in nicely with feedback as well as our theme.
I'm curious about the succession planning workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, you might be like Kathy, but were you guys pressured at all to do this by other government departments?
No. This is something that we have always done. We've found, and since the center opened in 2020, one of the things that we have found lacking in SMEs is that they often don't think about the future, and they don't have a plan as to who's taking over the business. So sometimes you find that the businesses die with the parent because they didn't train the kids or grandkids. So we have found that we have quite a bit of entrepreneurs now that are older, and they're looking to turn over that company. And sometimes it's a case that if it's agriculture, it's not a sexy topic. So the young kids are not into traditional way of doing agriculture, but they may be into the new tech way with aquaponics or vertical farming. So if we start planning to pivot those businesses and get the younger generation on board, then you could have a successful transition of an existing business to the young Caymanian that is coming up. So succession planning is something that we have always identified. So no pressure at all from anyone.
Well, I know they're focusing on it. Government is, so I had to throw that in there. All right, you got about you have about 30 seconds. I got to wrap. We're at 9 a.m. headline news. Sorry to cut you off, but about 30 seconds to wrap.
Okay, so with that, I just want to encourage the public to come out and support. We're at Hotel Indigo from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You could register online at our website, or you could call or register on the day.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to being there on Thursday.
Yes.
It's a great event, and thank you also for considering me and making me a part of it. And thanks for joining me on the buzz this morning.
Thanks for having us, Kathy.
No problem at all. We're going to go to the 9 a.m. news, and then we're going to be talking about the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center next.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
Paving is planned for the Esterly-Tibbetts Highway near Raleigh Key, with one northbound lane heading into West Bay set for closure. This will reduce traffic to a single lane, so drivers go ahead and expect some delays. The works started this morning and will continue from 9 until 3 through Friday. In international news, Hamas is reviewing a Gaza peace plan announced by Donald Trump in the White House on Monday. The 20-point plan includes an end to fighting, the return of Israeli hostages, and an international board of peace to help run Gaza, which would include former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair. The plan also raises the possibility of a, quote, credible pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood if conditions are met. But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu insists the plan does not mean Palestinian statehood and that Israel will, quote, forcibly resist the idea. Trump, who announced the plan alongside Netanyahu, says if Hamas doesn't accept, he gives Israel, quote, full backing to do what you have to do. And a Chinese national has been convicted following an international fraud investigation, which resulted in what's believed to be the single largest cryptocurrency seizure in the world. The UK's Metropolitan Police says it recovered 61,000 Bitcoin worth more than $6.7 billion in current prices. The woman pled guilty on Monday at Southwark Crown Court of illegally acquiring and possessing the cryptocurrency. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages, Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning. Welcome back to The Buzz. I almost got caught not being prepared, but that's me all the time, I guess. But you know what? I'm going to surprise you all. I'm prepared more than you know. All right. So on this segment, we are talking about the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center. And in studio with me, I have Jennifer Weber. She's a member of the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center Advisory Council. I'm just going to say Advisory Council.
That's right. That's right. Or the council. You can say that too.
Well, good morning to you, Jennifer. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on today. As people can probably hear from my voice, I have a little bit of a cold, but I promise to keep my germs to myself. And it is not COVID. I could say that publicly. I was at the doctor yesterday to make sure, because I don't want to be out in the world spreading anything that's not good.
That's way better than I did when I had it the second time and didn't know.
Oh, is that right?
I did not know.
Yeah, I don't know what the current symptoms are. And so I went to the doctor yesterday and just to make sure, because I did a test at home, but didn't know if I tested too soon. I don't know what the current symptoms are. Okay. Went to the doctor and she was like, no.
At least you were responsible. You did the right thing.
I tried to be.
Yeah. That doesn't leave much room for me right there, but that's okay. For me, I was like, I didn't get the flu part, so I was like, oh, it's not COVID. But I lost my sense of taste for about 3 weeks. So I'm, I didn't test, but that made me think that, okay, Kathy, that you probably had that and you were a little irresponsible. So don't be like me, be like Jennifer. All right, but we are here this morning to talk about the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center.
Yes.
All right, now give me a little bit of background because you are part of the advisory council.
That's right. You want background on me? Or you
background on, let's get a little background on you and then your role with Poinciana Rehabilitation Center.
Sure. So I am a member of the advisory council. And honestly, I was very honored to have been chosen because I take this very seriously. And I feel like this is a big responsibility, not only for the individuals that are going to be residents at the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center, but for the community as well, because this is something brand new in our community. Other Caribbean countries don't have this either. And we got to make sure that we do this right. And so I was very happy to have been chosen. There are about 10 of us on the committee. We have a range of different people, from young people to, well, I won't say old people, to people with more experience. And I think together we are going to be able to do a good job of this. We were all hand-selected by Dr. Lockhart. And I feel like Dr. Lockhart did a good job of picking people with different backgrounds, finance and marketing and all that kind of stuff, which is going to be very helpful. And it's already come in useful because we've had already several meetings, some of them going literally all day. And different people chime in as experts on different things, whether it's insurance or finance. But I think it's going to be really very useful, not only for the public to be able to feel like, wow, there is oversight going on and there is accountability, but also I think it's useful for the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center staff and managing director, operations manager as well, because, we are not there to be adversaries. We are there to help. And so there's a lot going on, and everyone really has it in their heart that they want to make sure they're doing it right. So I answered backwards. So I told you first.
Right.
I told you first about the council, but then about me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the cancer girl, as people used to call me. I spent a little over a decade running the Cayman Islands Cancer Society, and running nonprofits is something that I've done for about 30 years. And while this Poinciana Rehabilitation Center is not a separate nonprofit, it is a government department. It's very much run in that way because there's a board, there's all kinds of committees and oversight, and so it's pretty familiar to me. And then on a personal level, I have had loved ones who have had very serious mental health issues, so I feel like I can relate to some of the heartache that families experience, and our residents themselves, the people who are impacted by this, feel as well.
Okay, thank you. That was a great introduction.
Oh, well, thanks. I can go and go.
And what you're doing. It's one of the things I love about you, actually. You are full of information and enthusiastic about whatever you do participate
I got passion all day long.
And I know that we're here to talk about Poinciana Rehabilitation Center, and it's good. But you did say a couple of key words when you were just speaking, and one of those was oversight and accountability. Now, we already know this conversation that we're having today is not about all the woes and everything that Poinciana has gone through so far.
Right.
But we do know that there's been a lot of, I don't even know if the right word is mismanagement of funds or whatever's been going on. We know these issues. I'm not going to reiterate them. So when you mention the accountability and the oversight, how do you think that the board, the advisory council, will be able to deliver on its promise to the people to ensure that we're not going to go through these things in this past year that we've experienced?
No, I appreciate that question because, everybody who's on the committee is also a member of the community.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to see this succeed. This project has been in the works for, I think it's 15 years. And there, with any kind of big public project, there's been ups and downs, and there's been times when they've made progress and moved forward, and then times when it seemed like everything was moving backwards. Different governments in place, different people having different opinions. But I think maybe because of that long-term 15 years of planning and getting this all to this point where it is today, maybe all of those bumps and bruises along the way really helped make this mission stronger and made it so that everybody is very interested in making sure that this works out. So the oversight that the committee is going to provide comes in many forms, but a lot of it is finance. We've seen budgets already, and, to say, I would not at all characterize anything that's been going on as mismanagement at all. I would say that because this is brand new, there has been a lot of difficulty in going through 15 years in planning the budget accordingly and appropriately. We can say, for example, that we want to have, I'm just making up these numbers, we want to have lots and lots, 100 nurses who are all Caymanians, who are all
psychiatric nurses.
Yeah, psychiatric RNs with, 10 years of experience. We can say that, but do we have that available on island? So what the ideal is and what we can actually do at the moment are two different things. And I think that's true with the budgeting as well. Anybody who's ever started a business, you can make your projections, but you may or may not accurately hit them. And again, with different governments and different plans and different expectations and different paths that this project has taken, it's true that the budget was wholly inadequate. And so a lot of people did in the beginning. And so a lot of people did feel like, well, what the heck? There's so many overruns. I haven't seen anything that says it's really an overrun. It's just that a lot of things weren't accounted for. I'll give you one really practical example. This facility is 15 acres. I don't know if you've had a chance to go out there.
No, but I would love to.
You know what? Come.
Okay.
Right now.
Well, I'm going to make it a date with you. I'm going to come check it out.
Right now on the air, I will personally invite you with goosebumps on my arm. I will take you tomorrow if you want to. Whenever you are ready, we want you to come. And I will personally walk you around because this facility is amazing. When you arrive, first of all, it's like you drive in concentric circles like a bullseye. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that you don't like fall off the face of the earth because you drive and 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 you feel like, how have I not hit water yet? Mm-hmm. But you drive in circles and then you reach this center point and it is a peaceful, tranquil, natural environment. So the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center is on 15 acres. It has 3 main buildings, lots of green space, lots of opportunities for gardening and trees around and all sorts of foliage. And then there are what they call cottages. So there are, I think it's 9 cottages, 12 cottages that accommodate various residential patients isn't the right word, but people who are there. And I've been inside them. They are way nicer than any college dorms I've ever been in and way nicer than a lot of first apartments I had. But they are clean and light and bright and open, and each bedroom has its own ensuite bathroom. So there's privacy and dignity for people. But one practical example of things that were not included in the original budget is that in this 15 acres, yes, it's beautiful, it's wide open, but there really should be a fence. There wasn't a fence. And if you're going to fence 15 acres, that's a big fence.
Yeah.
And so that's a practical thing. So that's a big budget item that suddenly had to be procured. And then also, if you have people who are making budgets who may not be 100% familiar with how a medical facility would operate, especially something like this when it's still in a development stage, maybe you account for a pharmacist or a psychiatrist and a therapist, but the idea of accounting for the correct number of nurses, if you're going to have the correct number of nurses round the clock, that's a lot of staff.
Yeah.
And if staffing numbers aren't adequately projected, then of course it's going to look like, wow, this is super expensive, because what is the most expensive thing in running a business? The staffing.
Right. Thank you, because you cleared up a lot right there.
Good.
You were very transparent, and I think being transparent is really important. And you corrected me as well. Well, because I said I don't know if the right word is mismanagement.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Good. I felt bad because I was like, I didn't mean to correct you. I'm just providing more information.
I'm here to learn as well.
Good.
Right? And so you have the knowledge.
Yeah, and honestly, I've been learning along the way because this topic has sort of been on the back burner. I mean, I'll be honest, with for me for 15 years.
Yeah.
I haven't been following every single step.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got the call, would you be involved in the advisory council? I felt like, I better bone up on all this stuff. So I started reading all of the back things. And it was really hard to sort of make sense of it all, honestly. I feel like there were a lot of there were a lot of misunderstandings or miscommunications about what this place would be. And people who have talked to me and said, Jen, I didn't know you were on that. Boy, it's really changed since the original plan, hasn't it? And I can't really speak to that because I don't know what was fact in the original plan and what was the public's perception of what it was going to be.
Well,
but I know what it is now.
Let's talk about what Poinciana Rehabilitation Center is meant to be. We got to take a quick commercial break. I'm a little late with the commercial break.
Sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry. You gave great info. We'll take a quick break right now, and then we'll get into exactly what Poinciana was meant to be. Okay?
Thanks.
Parents, if you're navigating the world of boarding schools, it can feel overwhelming. Dorm and Day are here to help. You don't have to do it alone. Whether your child is reaching for new academic challenges, looking to shine as a competitive athlete, or simply searching for the school that brings out their best, Dorm and Day are your trusted educational experts located right here in Georgetown. For 10 years, Dorm and Day have helped families just like yours to find the best fit schools with one-on-one support every step of the way. So why stress when you can have an experienced partner by your side? Visit dormandday.ky or call 936-3676 today. Dorm and Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures.
Tired of burning cash at the gas pump and wasting time in traffic? Say goodbye to gridlock and hello to freedom with a Kimco scooter from Automotive Art. Trusted in over 100 countries, Kimco is now known worldwide for reliable, fuel-efficient scooters built to last. Perfect for Cayman's roads. With 2 models to choose from, the Agility 125cc for just $23.99 and the Agility RS Naked 125cc for $24.99. It's the smart, budget-friendly way to beat traffic and cut costs. Visit Automotive Art today and ride smarter with Kimco, because saving money should never mean slowing down. The 8:12 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by CICBD. Insurance, health, pensions, life, where people come first.
The Fall Labor Force Survey and Quality of Life Survey is currently being conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office. The Labor Force Survey seeks to collect data on employed and unemployed persons who are not in the labor force. The Quality of Life Survey seeks to gather information on life satisfaction, sense of well-being, financial security, economic outlook, social inclusion, sense of belonging to the local community, and perceived health. Trained interviewers with ID cards will visit randomly selected households. For more details, please call the ESO hotline 516-3329.
The Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
All right, welcome back to The Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and in studio with me, I have Jennifer Weber, who is a member of the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center Advisory Council. And I really appreciate Jennifer coming on and being transparent about some of the things we talked about right before we went to the break. And now we're going to pivot and go to the positive news with Poinciana, what it is meant to be. Where are we at with that now? I know it's changed a little tiny bit. So what is Poinciana meant to be? Who is it now for?
So this facility is actually, it is the first mental health rehabilitation center in not only the Cayman Islands, but in the Caribbean.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, this facility, while everybody's kind of just passively going, okay, whatever, some other place, this isn't insignificant. The whole world is watching, because when this goes well, everyone else is going to want to replicate it. So, we've brought a lot of residents who were overseas for years and years and years, because Cayman didn't have a place to help people or to provide for people. So anytime there was a serious, what we call it a dual diagnosis, when there was somebody who had a mental health issue that was debilitating, in addition to maybe an addiction issue, or maybe just the mental health component, nobody could accommodate them here. At HSA, they're doing the best they can, but they have very limited beds and very limited facilities. And so people were just sent overseas. And so imagine during COVID, if your loved one, and we all have loved ones that, maybe don't take the straight and narrow path or have a difficult time in life, maybe through no fault of their own, were overseas and essentially incarcerated in Jamaica, for example, during COVID. I mean, you got to wonder, are they okay? They're by themselves, they're isolated.
So when we send these people to Jamaica and there's no rehabilitation center like Poinciana, what kind of a center are we sending them to?
So they were not in a facility that was going to be, that had any ability to be, to provide any kind of rehabilitation.
Oh, gosh.
And so when people, family members crying, and residents crying that they're so happy to be able to come home. You know, when I was at the Cancer Society, one of the things that we did 15 years ago was that we helped HSA build a cancer treatment chemotherapy center for HSA, the public hospital, the one place that's accessible to everybody. And this is back when we didn't have a resident oncologist on this island. People forget that we didn't have any oncologist here.
Wow.
Times have changed in a good way.
Hugely. Yeah.
Yes. But when we built that and made it so that HSA could provide that, the families who could stay here then, instead of sending their loved ones overseas for radiation for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, it meant that patients could do so much better. We all do better when we're at home. We get to eat the food that we like. We get to be around the people we love. We get to sleep in our own bed.
Yep.
You know, it feels much more comfortable. And so it's the same for these folks. And so they were able to come home. And now I think there are 17 or 18 patients who are, sorry, I keep saying patients, residents, at the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center.
Wow.
And many of them have been, I guess the word's repatriated back to Cayman. And family members are happy they can visit. They can see that their loved one is there, that their loved one is getting medical oversight. They can see that their medication's being managed.
They're actually being rehabilitated.
And the goal of this is to make it so that people can get to the point where they can come back into society. Now that might not be in a way that like you or I would do, but one of the things that because it's out in East End, one of the things that this program is planning to do or is doing is helping patients rehabilitate through nature, by doing farming, by growing plants, by getting involved with the agricultural world around there. And, we all know that growing things and helping, taking care of a pet, they're good for all of us, right? And we all want to feel like we're contributing to society in some way. We all want to feel that we are helping our community, that we're providing and playing a role in our community to do something that is of value.
To better us.
Yes. And so that's one of the things. They also have an amazing woodworking shop there. They have a library. They have a little coffee shop. That's going to be run by residents. They have all kinds of programming. They have art therapy. They have occupational therapy. Now, some of these programs aren't 100% up and running because they haven't reached full capacity yet, and the plan is to get there. But right now, they're doing lots of different things, and when we're there and we see people, this is not a prison. This is not a hospital.
Is that what some people are assuming?
Yes.
Is it prison-like?
Yes. So I do want to say that directly, because people I have said things to me that really are heartbreaking. They're like, oh, well, when you go out there, are they chained? I don't know where that even comes from. No,
is your TVs from the 1800s?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
But
interesting.
This is an entirely new concept of a medical care facility.
Curious. Now these patient or residents that are coming to you, you're correcting me as well, so I'm keeping up with it. Can those residents check themselves out of the program, or?
So it depends. So for the most part, it is a voluntary program. Okay. And it is not a hospital, because if you feel like, oh my gosh, my loved one is having mental health problems, they are having an episode of some sort, don't bring them to the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center. They need to go to HSA, because people need to be medically stabilized. And that might take a week or 10 days for people to get medically stabilized. And then the Poinciana Rehabilitation Center is the next step. So it's not like a hospital. They're not providing chemo. They're not providing surgeries. They're not providing acute emergency care. That's done at a hospital. But then patients are transferred there, because once they're stabilized, then they can start to figure out, okay, how are we going to move forward? How are we going to have a life for the future?
Right.
And what are we going to do? And there's a lot of issues to take care of. So there's therapy, there's like I said, there's medical management, but this is not a prison. This is not a hospital, and it's a specialized residential facility, and anybody can be referred from a GP.
Okay.
Or HSA or Doctor's Hospital or Health City, any private physician. But first they have to be medically stable, and then they can come to continue their recovery in a safe and structured environment. And it's also not a detention center. That's the other word I was looking for. It's nothing like that. Now, there are some people who are remanded to be there by the courts.
Okay.
So it's not voluntary for them to leave.
Okay, gotcha.
But if they are not stabilized, they go back to the hospital. If they're stabilized and they're, every patient has to be treated on a case-by-case basis. There has to be a lot of risk assessment. I mean, let's be practical here. There has to be a risk assessment on every patient to determine if they are a good candidate for this or not. But that's done by all the professionals to make sure that everybody is placed exactly where they need to be.
Because I think, a follow-up question coming out of that, which you answered, was you can have some people with a criminal background that are remanded there, as you said. They can have and I'm not probably going to use the right wording here, so I apologize if I offend anybody, but maybe they have a different kind of psychosis or something going on compared to a different mental health challenge. And if there's extremities, how extreme things could also occur between people. So how do you find that balance and make sure everybody's kind of okay that it is there? So I'm glad that you did answer that per se. So.
And this is one of the reasons this is one of the ways that this facility is so different, because there are professional staff there who are managing and helping to, of course, mitigate those risks. But as long as the people have their medication managed, then they don't have to be concerned about those kinds of things. And if there are those concerns, they're monitored and carefully watched. And if a change needs to be made, they make the change. The professionals know what they're doing.
As part of the services that you offer, is medication management one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Can you elaborate on any of the others?
Sure. So actually, I was going to talk about, if you don't mind, I was going to just say who can get admitted, because
you can. We only got a couple minutes.
Well, but it's just because that's the other number one question that everybody asks.
You want to talk about. No problem.
Because people keep asking me, well, who can be admitted? You got to be 18 years or older. So this is not a pediatric facility. That's important for people to understand.
And that's recently changed.
You got to be 18 years or older. You got to be somebody who is motivated to participate in treatment. So if you don't want to, you can't be forced. And so nobody's going to be there who isn't willing to participate. If that's not for them, you can't force them. They have to be able to manage most of the daily activities, and there is a schedule. They have to not be in need of acute care, but they have to be people who are in need of ongoing stabilization and rehabilitation for psychiatric and individuals with a dual diagnosis that I talked about of both mental health and substance abuse. There's a lot to unravel, and if people are willing to do it, this is the place.
30 minutes is not nearly enough time for us to chat. No. That's for sure.
You want so the services,
you give me your
that are
services
offered,
and then I'll close off the show.
Counseling and psychiatric care, medical management, vocational, educational, life skills training, social, recreational, and therapeutic activities, occupational therapies, health checks, transitional life support to move people towards independence, social work, and social workers who have other interventions. And all of these programs are going to be augmented and expanded over time as the number of residents there grow.
I love it. I think it's very needed, very much needed. It's almost been as long as the port discussion has been happening in Canada about do we need this, and it's finally here. So thank God. Really wishing you guys the best going forward. I have to wrap the show. So if there's any final thought that you want to leave listeners when it comes to Poinciana Rehabilitation Center, share it now.
Sure. So, some people are asking, how is this going to be funded? So this is going to be funded by a variety of ways, insurance, private insurance, government. And this is a facility that is not a separate nonprofit or anything like that. This is a department of the Ministry of Health, Environment, and Sustainability, and also donations from the public. Let's hope that there are going to be people who feel like, we feel like you're doing good things out there. We're going to donate some exercise equipment to you. I've got this exercise machine, this Stairmaster or something that's sitting around holding my dirty clothes in my bedroom. I'll donate it to people who could actually use it, or a rowing machine or whatever. If anybody has any of that kind of stuff, it'd be great to have it there.
Any donations? I'm going to be a little bit more direct and say people are very concerned about mental health in the Cayman Islands. And if you are so concerned and you want to contribute and do something and you can't per se buy time, put your money where your mouth is and donate. That's how you can also support. So I said a little bit more direct than
no, and that's fine.
You did, but that's
you know what?
That's what we need.
A simple way people can donate is they have a library. If you have extra books,
okay,
donate your books. If you want to contact me, Jennifer Weber, I feel like everybody on this island has my telephone number, but you're welcome to just call me personally, 925-3808. Or if you can't remember that, call the Cancer Society. They remember my number, and I'll come pick up books for you from you, and I'll take them out there. Okay. Those are things that everybody would like to have.
Thank you, Jennifer. You're awesome, and your dedication to improving our community is absolutely amazing.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be involved.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show, and I hope next time we can have a longer discussion because we need it. We need it for sure. There's so much to share. Thank you again for joining me on The Buzz. To all of our listeners, don't forget the Small Business Expo is on Thursday, and Tech Futures Week kicks off next week in the Cayman Islands or in Grand Cayman. You can visit enterprisecayman.com to find out the program for Tech Futures Week. Okay, thanks for joining me. I was about to say I'll be back with you on Thursday, but I'll be at the Business Expo. So instead, I'll be back with you next week on The Buzz.
The Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. And Automotive Art Cayman, your car, our passion. And by Dorman Day, celebrating 10 years of opening doors to brighter futures. Visit dormanday.ky.